What's up, everyone, and welcome to the 56th episode of the MMA Bourbon Appreciation Society. Jeremy Johnson, along with Jim Range, and Mr. Robot Legs himself, Craig Nasello.
Cheers, everybody.
Hi.
Craig, you now have robot legs.
Yes.
How does it feel? I mean,
Doesn't feel any different than what
can you run from faster now? I mean,
I need some new shoes for that.
gotcha. Okay.
Yeah, Flyers or whatever they were.
Fair.
I'm just going to change his name to Forrest.
Oh my God, no. But so no, Craig had a hip replacement this week. We're happy to see him. We're glad to get him out of the house. So second hip replacement.
14 days ago.
14 days ago. God.
think.
Yeah, you did it right after the other show.
Yeah.
That was why
That
you
week.
were, not having too many drinks.
Oh, yeah.
But now it's all
So it's Friday
about
after the
it, so-
show, right?
Yeah.
Jeez, that's
cool.
crazy.
April, I had my second hip replacement. It's great. It's good times. It's always nice when you're 48 years old and you got two metal hips. But hey,
But now,
got metal legs. It's a risky operation, but it was worth it.
so now, so does this mean you're going back into combat sports? We're going to see you boxing anytime soon. You're going to race motorcycles again. You're going to run a marathon next week. I mean, what's it going to be?
I don't think marathon's out, but never
You
know.
don't think it's out?
No, marathon is out.
Okay.
But you never know with the other two.
Craig don't run unless somebody's chasing him. But
If I'm running, you better run because somebody is chasing me.
so
It's like
Plain
being out in the woods with Barton.
yeah,
You see a bear run, but you better hope he didn't put bacon grease on yours.
exactly. So no, I'm stoked for you, Craig. Glad to have you back. Glad that you're moving. So
Yay.
you look
Yeah.
better than the last one. I will give you that.
The
so.
first one kicked my ass. This
Yeah.
one's not been bad. This one's, I have my days. Like I'm a little sore right now, but
But it's nothing whiskey won't fix. So.
no, whiskey and some drugs and I'll be good to go.
Exactly. But also tonight, we have a very cool announcement that people have been asking for quite some time, and that is Craig is going to get naked. No, I'm kidding. That's
I was going to
not-
say you were coming out of the closet finally. Lights on, doors open.
Oh, damn. That was,
Yes,
that was
DJ
harsh.
Producer DJ K-pop is a beard.
Wow, I wasn't ready
I'm
for
just
that
gonna
joke.
shut
Okay,
up
damn.
Because we will be banned if I go where my mind's
Yeah,
going
no,
with
let's
those
not
comments.
do that. No, we are making the jump over to Spotify now. We have been asked quite a bit by a lot of our, I don't want to say younger viewers, but younger viewers, the 21 to 35 range, they get all of their podcasting through Spotify. And so
Do they drink bourbon yet?
they do. It's actually really big, and that's one of my bourbon kind of gotcha questions tonight. But, you need those. No, tonight, though, all of our episodes have been uploaded to Spotify, so go check us out. Just search the MMA Bourbon Appreciation Society, and you will find all of the episodes up there. But also tonight, we did our 50th show. We had a guest, and that went over really well. So we went out and found one of our favorite people in the whiskey world that is kind of on the other side of things where it's more attached to the barrels.
Who's actually supplied some of
Our set.
the set.
Yes.
Yes, he produced some of our set that we have shown.
And we will put some of those up on our Instagram page here after it at MMA Bourbon Society. But tonight we're going to bring in Ryan Jenkins. Ryan, join us, please, from Secondhand Barrels.
Welcome, gentlemen.
I'm glad that you had
Cheers.
joined us.
It's been a long time since finally
Yes.
having a drink together.
I know, Craig. I got you. Love
Thank you,
man.
sir.
I can't
Yeah,
stand
thanks
too
for
long,
having
guys.
Happy to be here.
I
So-
appreciate you coming on.
Yeah, no, pleasure. Seriously.
So Ryan, you, like I said, run Secondhand Barrels. One of the coolest companies that I remember whenever you started in your garage.
Yep.
And I remember walking into your garage and it being like, this smells like wood chips and heaven. And
Yeah.
I'm like, I'm into this.
It did.
It was amazing. So kind of talk about what Secondhand Barrels is.
Well, first of all, to address what the smell was, so my dog, Bear.
Is it drunk?
Well, I mean, yeah, he likes bourbon.
That's me in my next life.
There we go.
So what he prefers to chew on is a white oak stave that has been used for bourbon.
Nice.
Ooh,
I like that.
He will literally
So
get
does
up.
Jimmy,
He will,
believe it or not.
Yeah, I would too if I was a dog, for sure. So Secondhand Barrels is, we build custom furniture based on, bourbon barrels as our base. So we take the barrel and we create it into something custom that's personalized and, at an heirloom quality.
Oh, for real. Jimmy, hold up the piece that's in front of you and don't break it because it's like $6,000 and you're buying it. So But yeah, pieces like that. We have a barrel head that we'll show here in just a few minutes. But how
And you
long?
guys have seen my barrel.
Yeah, we have shown the barrel that was made. How long have you been in business now?
So off the record, 11, 12 years.
Okay.
On the record, 3 years.
All right.
So we've been doing it a long time, and we took the leap. Well, I guess it's almost 4 years now. 2020, early 2021, that we actually got our LLC and went through the whole process. But
Those darn legalities.
yeah, well, I mean, you know how it is. But my grandfather was a woodworker.
Okay.
I grew up in his wood shop. We built pine wood derby cars when I was a little kid, and I actually still have his workbench. I had to cut it in half, which is somewhat unfortunate.
That
I'm
hurt,
happy
didn't
to. Oh yeah, it did. And I had to put new lumber on it, which hurt. Wood guy. So got that out, and that's in the shop now. But you know, it's a heritage thing. You know, he was a wood carver. He would do stuff like this by hand with chisels, and I mean, skills. But you know, so for me, it's heritage. It's something that, you know, I did the corporate world for so long, and it was, for me, it's a freedom. It's a freedom opportunity. You know, I grow my beard out, and you know,
You fit the look of the wood,
That's right.
burly, big bourbon
You came
kind
in
of
with a
type.
few shavings still in the beard earlier.
Yeah, I mean that
should
was
I
good.
untuck my shirt?
No, but if you guys get a chance, take a look at Secondhand Barrels. Some of their stuff is just absolutely amazing. Like I said, we've got some on the set. Producer Matt, can you grab me the barrel head over here if you would, please? And it's one of those that it's just, the workmanship is amazing. I want to show this particular piece, and I want you to kind of talk through what time, how much, what goes into making this, because it's just, is this heavy? Oh, it's heavy. Oh, Jesus. Okay.
Well, the cool thing is it's not even just a barrel head.
That's
I mean,
crazy.
we've got barrel heads around.
So you're
The
pretty
world.
familiar with barrels, right?
I mean, I know a little bit about
I
bourbon.
mean, they're heavy.
Yeah, that is a fair statement.
They are oak.
I know a little bit about
So
whiskey and barrels.
the story behind this
He's a whiskey
is,
steward.
yeah. So we
Yes.
we
Yes,
have
I
a
am.
we have a really we've developed a lot of following through Scott Air Force Base, and they're doing a lot of development right now, such and so forth. But this is going to be for a gentleman's retirement next week that we're going
is
to
just
attend. He is a Chief Master Sergeant, so we've incorporated the Chief Master Sergeant patch into that. His name, his insignia, his MOS, and this is a very special thing. We actually were going to put this on his Lazy Susan, and he's like, it's just too pretty to cover up. So I wanted it on my wall.
Nice. Very
So-
nice.
So we ended up putting that.
I mean, just looking at the details, all like the USAF for the eyes
Yeah, no,
of
absolutely.
the chief
I-
above the logo and that. I mean, it's cool.
Well, it's almost to a flaw for me because I cannot let something go out the door that doesn't have my special touch on it. And I put more work into a lot of these projects than what the budget allows, and we make it. We're doing that. We're giving that away. That took me 7 hours in total.
Wow, that's crazy. So, guys, check them out at Secondhand Barrels. Of course, give us your socials real quick, just so they can kind of start looking as they're watching the show tonight.
Yeah, absolutely. So we're Facebook.com/secondhandbarrels. We're Secondhand Barrel Co. on TikTok, Secondhand Barrel Co. on Instagram, and then www.secondhandbarrelco.com.
You got two shops too. You got the one that you work out of that you can go to, but you've also got the one down in downtown, right?
Yeah, so we
Why
share
don't you
that.
go ahead and speak to those.
Yeah, so we share that location with AP Cigar Company. So they're the main providers there. We enhance their facility, and so now they've granted us plenty of space there to showcase a lot of our barrel heads and some of our smaller items like the cigar flights and the coasters and smaller things like that.
Which are some of the cool stuff that I bought back in the day. Some of the cut stuff
Yeah.
is just so cool. Even the little gifts
There
and
might be
things
one
like
of those
that.
in that drawer there that Jeremy gave Craig and I for Christmas one year.
Yep, absolutely.
Was a cigar and a couple other.
Yeah.
We gave it back.
No, I still got it, dude. I use it.
Yeah, they
I
all
use
get
it.
used very well. So check them out at Secondhand Barrels. But he's going to stay with us the whole show. And as you can see here, Ryan is enjoying a cocktail. And the cocktail tonight was a choice of Craig's that he sent me today. And that is a pineapple whiskey smash. And so tonight I'm going to provide you with this one. So it's a tasty little recipe. Sits on the concept of a whiskey sour. But the difference is that you add mint to it. So what we're going to do is we're going to start off with just a couple sprigs of mint, give those a smack, throw them in. Easy to do right there. 3/4 ounce of simple syrup. Ryan, you seem like you're almost ready for another one of those.
I was waiting for a gesture, but no, I'm not a cocktail guy. I am a neat guy. I like all of my bourbons neat, and I said that pre-show.
You did.
And I took a sip of this. I'm like, oh my gosh, this is really good.
You know, I try. I try. So.
Yeah, Jeremy does a fantastic job. I mean, that's really impressive.
All right, 1.5 ounces of pineapple juice, followed by, let's go something crazy here, and we will go for a little bit of our Maker's Mark Cellar's Age tonight. You need 1.5 ounces of that. This is going to strengthen this up just a little bit from what you had earlier, but we're going to go with that. So, all right, pop your top on, give it a good shake. Shakes are important. A little dry shake first. Next, going to give it a wet shake, which means we're going to add ice. Beauty. All right, one more.
He's knocking his down there.
Yeah, I'm good.
Yeah, nothing like a 80 proof
One day we
bottle
are going to do an
15
entire
minutes.
show on how to get Boston Shakers to open properly.
I'll take that one.
First thing, you gotta be strong enough.
Oh my God. Might I top you off here?
Please do.
There we go.
But the funny thing with those, Craig, we upgraded the shakers and still have the same issues.
Go out, buy
So it
some
might
cheap
be,
ones. Buy some cheap ones. Or it might be just Jeremy can't fucking open them.
I mean, anyway, top it off with just a bit of a mint sprig. Take it, smack the mint, because
Did
you
you-
always need to smack your mint.
Did they teach you that in whiskey skirt class?
No, they taught me this one in bartender school.
Oh, okay.
I thought
So-
it was a different.
Just making sure.
But anyway, that would be the pineapple whiskey smash. Thoughts? Not too bad, is it?
I can smell the oakiness.
Yes, definitely changes it up just a little bit, but still very, very tasty.
you know, that one might be one for somebody who's not big on bourbon. That the pineapple
100%.
kind of overrides it a little bit. You don't get that boom.
100%. Producer Matt, thumbs up, thumbs down on this one. Thumbs up. All right, perfect. That's how we do things.
I really like this.
I'm glad that you like that. So,
Yeah, I like.
You need
the
to have
oakiness
his smoked
brand.
old fashioned then.
oh yeah, that one.
Smoked
That,
old fashioned is amazing.
that's another one that we do fun. That actually I use your pieces that you gave me a
Good.
long time ago. I still
Good.
have a bag that we use. So, all right, check that one out though. Of course, I'm going to put that recipe up on Twitter at MMA Bourbon. We also be moving to some other things coming up soon. We're going to find out about that, but. Tonight, we have a very interesting sip, sink, and save for you this evening. Brought to you, of course, by Brad Carey at Unrivaled Realty. Check them out at unrivaledrealty.com for all of your buying and selling of real estate needs in Missouri. He can help you buy. He can help you sell. Check him out, unrivaledrealty.com. That's our buddy Brad Carey. Been with us since the beginning. So
Hi, Brad.
tonight, we have been asked via the internet verse.
Asked or asked?
We were asked.
Okay, making sure.
We were asked
You knew where I was going.
about
didn't you?
Tennessee
Jeremy got
whiskey.
asked, which is why your comment earlier meant so much.
Here we go. No, we're not doing this. No. No, tonight we were asked about Tennessee whiskey. And so, Jim Range, would you like to tell the audience what Tennessee whiskey isn't? Tennessee whiskey is not bourbon. Neither is Jack Daniels. It's not. It's Tennessee
Says it on the
whiskey.
bottle.
Where does it say it on the bottle?
Says it on the bottle. We've shown him 500 times.
Show me where it says it's
Have we
bourbon.
not?
Show me where it says
Have we
it's
not,
bourbon.
Jimmy?
There's a bottle in front of you.
I'm gonna put my glasses on. I can't see shit.
I'll wait. It's fine. See, Ryan, they're not going to find it because it's not there.
It's right there. See it? Right there.
Where?
Right there. You can't fucking read that.
Yeah, it does.
See.
No, it doesn't.
Thank you. I rest my
But
case.
they're
Jack
licensing-
Daniels is not bourbon.
But they license it as a bourbon.
No, they don't. Not in the least.
Tennessee whiskey there is no license with the federal government
No.
for Tennessee whiskey.
Now, I will just. There is no law stating what the parameters are, but Tennessee whiskey is a corn, rye, malted barley mash that is taken and ran through charcoal first, which is called the Lincoln County process, which is what makes Tennessee whiskey and not bourbon. Thank you very much. So tonight on our Sip, Sink, and Save, was that far too down the rabbit hole that time, Craig? I'm trying not to go. All right. But tonight we are bringing you 3 different Tennessee whiskeys of varying strengths, including one ever popular Jack Daniels. Jim, talk us through which ones we've got and our proofs tonight.
All right, we got our normal Jack Daniels, which I believe is a 90 proof. Nope, it's 80 proof. Our Dickel Sour Mash is
Your what?
80.
Your Dickel?
Dickel.
You said Dickel.
And then we're at 91 proof
the
for the
Dickel
Greenbrier.
Oh,
Nelson's Greenbrier.
and it never ends.
Nope.
Never
We're
ends.
12 years old. You should know that by now.
Completely. So, all right. Jim Range, you're going to go first tonight. Give us your Sip, Sink, and Save.
All right. In honor of Stacy's best friend Shauna's birthday, who her favorite whiskey in the world is Jack Daniels.
Well, we need to change that.
Well, I'm working on it. But she's also a person that it's Weller's, not Weller. So
Fair.
We're stuck there.
I'm doing well.
Is
I'm gonna
now
sip.
with the Masters here. Not bad.
I'm torn between my sip and my save. So
Okay.
I'm gonna go with. I'm gonna sip the Dickel.
Thank God you said it first and not me.
You see what I said when I said it?
Oh.
I did it on purpose.
Humphrey.
I'm sinking
Imagine that, you're gonna
the Nelson's
sip the Dickel.
Greenbrier.
Oh, okay.
'Cause
So Greenbrier is what? You're going to save it?
No, that's
Oh.
down the
Oh,
drain.
down the
That's
drain,
just-
okay.
I don't know. I mean, on the nose, it's really pleasant, man. But you get a little bit of you get the tannins when you take that first sip, and I'm like, oh god. And then I'm going to save the Jack because the Dickel's a little bit flatter. There's as much profile to it.
So what you're
flavor-wise.
saying is the Dickel is flat.
It's a flat Dickel. So the Jack I can use more with it to save it. And this is why I don't mind going first,
Don't get
everybody.
the wax too close to Craig's forehead.
Yeah, oh, buddy. Okay. All right. We have Jim Ranges. Mr. Craig Nasello.
And I'm just going to step back and watch the rest of this now, guys.
I would love to hear what you
I
got
feel like
to
I'm
say.
Homer
Sip the
Simpson.
Jack
I'm going to
Daniels.
slide into the bush.
I'm going to sip the Jack Daniels.
Yes.
I'm going to sink this one on the end here. What is this? The Greenbrier?
Greenbrier.
Yeah,
Nelson
and-
Greenbrier. You're saving the Dickel?
I'm saving the middle one.
You're saving the middle one. Very nice. All right. Craig is going to save the middle, which is the Dickel
What's the name
8.
of it?
I don't know. I got a clue.
Just say you're saving a sour mash. Then you don't have to say Dickel.
They're all sour mash.
Oh, Jesus.
They're all sour mash, though.
So bad.
Difference between sour mash and sweet mash, Jim? Ryan?
Sour mash
Anybody?
is a leftover mash from the prior run that gets used for the next one.
Very good, very good. They always use a part of it. Keeps the flavor going, keeps the yeast strain alive. Okay. And now to our guest, Mr. Ryan Jenkins, Secondhand Barrels. Give me your Sip, Sink, and Save.
I'm going with Craig. I'm going with Craig.
So talk us through with a why.
So I really like the nose of the Greenbrier, but it just is completely deceiving. So I like that until I drink it. So that's going to
That's
be
a fair statement.
That's going to be my sink. And Jack Daniels, grew up with it. I could sip it all day. So that's going to be my sip. And this is going to be my save because I like this one the most.
So what you're saying is you like the classic,
Dickel.
you like the Dickel,
love
the
the
classic 8 recipe number, all right, which is basically not the 8 year. It's not an age statement. It's their formulation. So
Yeah, no, it's fantastic though.
all right,
Over the others.
I agree with that. That's
Way over the Greenbrier.
Yeah,
sorry.
I was very
Greenbrier.
disappointed in it. When I got it on the nose,
Yeah,
oh my
same.
god, I'm looking forward to it.
Same.
And then,
And
holy
did you
crap,
like the nose of it, Craig, or of the Greenbrier at all, or was it just too overpowering? Period.
No, it tastes like shit.
Perfect. Okay.
It tastes
No,
like-
actually, it smelled good.
It smells great. Yeah, the nose is great.
smells
But
good.
the finish
tastes like
on
shit.
it is not.
I agree with Craig on that.
Isn't that
Yeah.
good?
Palate and the finish both
Well,
were negative.
yeah, so to me, just to kind of go down the row on it a bit, the Greenbrier has almost a harshness and astringency to it that will give you, like Jim said, the tannin feel of like having a hard Cabernet wine. It has very
Dead on.
little to bring you what you would think that a Tennessee whiskey should have, which is a natural sweetness. It should be a sweeter than a bourbon, and it's not. It's actually very, like I said, it's very astringent. It doesn't have a whole lot of pop to it, which you would hope. The Dickel is a very classic Tennessee whiskey. It has some sweetness to it. It has, of course, that caramely flavor to it, but it has a lighter taste. It doesn't have a whole lot of burn to it in the back, and Jack Daniels is just terrible. So there is that. I don't like Jack Daniels. I have never liked Jack Daniels after a bad night as a 15-year-old once. And that's what does it to everybody. That's what kills your Jack Daniels want at some point. So,
Yeah.
But Jack Daniels is super sweet, known the world over. But I am going to, this was a tough one for me because I just don't like Jack Daniels, period.
So it gets the Heisman Stiff Arm from you no
we
matter
go.
what.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
Does Jeremy know
So,
what that is?
I feel that.
I have no idea what that means.
I know what that is.
I literally have no idea. Wouldn't know, is it baseball?
Football.
Football, got it, okay.
That was enough said.
Yeah, no, not a clue. Wouldn't know it if it
That's
kicked
why I
it.
had to go there.
I interviewed Marcus Allen once, and they go, hey, you're going to interview Marcus Allen. So I went, cool. Who's Marcus Allen? And they all went,
It's all
"Never mind."
love, bro.
Yeah, so, all right, my sip, sink, and save tonight. My sip,
It's some Dickel.
Sipping on the Dickel.
I am going with the classic sour mash Dickel on this one as
Damn,
my
I was
sipper.
right.
I am going to save the Greenbrier because I think I could save this with drinks. I think I could make something out of it. I
agree
can make a
with that.
Tennessee lemonade that would work with that.
Interesting.
And I am going to sink the Jack Daniels because if you're drinking Jack Daniels, there's much better stuff out there. We even talked about a couple other Tennessee whiskeys. What was the other one that you were thinking about bringing tonight other than
Evan
it?
Williams.
Yeah. You know,
I think Evan Williams is Tennessee.
yeah, they make one.
But they had the green label. They had
Yeah.
the black. I mean, they got a couple different
It'd
ones.
be a
and
contender.
So that is mine. Let us know yours in the comments here on Facebook, or let us know on Spotify, where you can check out all of our new episodes. For our Sip, Sink, and Save, of course, always brought to you by Brad Carey at Unrivaled Realty. Check them out, unrivaledrealty.com. So, all right. We have had a segment lately, though, that we have had a lot of fun with, and that is our Fresh Pours segment. And we have not tried it yet, but OKI, it's a bourbon out, which stands for Ohio, Kentucky, and Indiana, is releasing a Missouri Select single barrel in conjunction with the St. Louis Bourbon Society and Smart Distributors, our great sponsor of this one. So they actually gave me a bottle to show that shows what the single barrel is going to look
I'm gonna
like.
throw that in the middle.
Yeah, so what you're going to look for is the tag up here. This one is actually this is an Ohio one, but it will have the Missouri label to it. But we got the opportunity to have a little bit of a pour and see what we think. I can tell you right now, it's amazing. The smell on it is awesome. So a little bit for you there. Let me kill this on.
You want a little sip? You want
Oh, which one are we doing?
We're going the
OKI.
Missouri Select.
Oh, okay, yeah, I haven't
needs
tried that
The
yet.
OKI. All right.
Look at You put a little more in mine too. I'm not driving.
I mean, fair. Here, Jim, you get to kill
I
it
got,
off.
I got a long walk upstairs.
Yeah, exactly.
Thank you, sir.
It's the best part about having the studio in your house. So big thanks to Smart Distributor, though, for bringing us the OKI Missouri Select. All right, this is actually the first time that any of us have tasted this. We're going to see how this plays out. One moment. All right.
It's hot.
What's the age on that?
Don't know.
What's the proof on it?
I don't know, but
It's hot. It's warm. It's not hot, but it's warm.
oh, it's 100.
Do the
It's
old-
114,
I was
115
going to
proof.
say it's very similar.
It's got to be
to
115 proof.
Oh, goddamn.
Producer Matt, you got the bottle.
115.
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
going by nose.
So it's
and cast
100,
strength.
115 proof.
Yeah.
Now, what's cast strength versus barrel strength?
So, cast strength is
We're picking on a new guy. I'm a dick like that.
It's lower.
Cask is entering, barrel coming out.
Correct. Okay. It's like they dilute the one of the two.
So foolproof is within
You nailed it right there.
Yeah, foolproof is within 2%. Cask strength is the dump. Whatever it comes out at is what it's going to be. So, but
No,
I'm used to
that's barrel
gas.
strength.
I'm
Gas
used to
strength
gas
is what it
strength.
goes in, and then they water it back down to that. Full proof is within 2%. Barrel
Right.
proof is what it comes out as.
I'm used to cast strength because, let's be honest, I dumped a lot of my fresh dump barrels.
Yeah.
so
And
do you?
We filtered it, and it.
So when you get them, do they have juice in them?
What? It is very, very hard to acquire a fresh dump 53-gallon bourbon barrel now, just because of the allocations.
Okay.
So, let's rewind 2 years. They were coming in, year and a half maybe. And I have small contracts with different places, but they were coming in by truckload. And when they came in, they would have
I like it.
between a pint and a gallon.
Oh, nice.
Wow.
I'm not kidding.
Wow.
I
That
had-
would be crazy.
Didn't you mention earlier
I can show
tonight-
you a video of us pouring it out in my driveway back in the day. I had like 50 gallons, and I
Oh
filtered it
God,
all.
I could mess
I
some stuff up.
brokered a deal with the gal at the gas station here, actually in St. Charles, and
I brokered a deal with a gal at the
So
gas station.
no, seriously. So she gave me the industrial filters, they
Yeah.
use for their coffee, and we'd run them through a process, and I'd get boxes and boxes from stuff like a quart of what I produced.
Wow.
And we'd filter it down, and man, I had a ton of Dickel, probably 20 gallons of Dickel. Am I bragging?
I mean, gotta do what you gotta
I
do.
got 20 gallons
When
of
you're at
Dickel.
it, just flop it on the table next time. It'll be fine. All right, so back to the OKI Missouri Select here, ladies and
20
gentlemen.
gallons over the table.
Number one, 115 proof. Great taste on it. It gives you everything I think that a foolproof or that a high proof wants. Nose is a lot of caramel, a little bit of sugar cookie to it. It's got a little bit of ginger. The finish gives you every Kentucky hug that you'd ever want.
Yep.
I dig it. You should go find it. Check it out. Wine and Cheese, I think, is going to have it. Probably all the major retailers. So check that out. The OKI Missouri Select. It should be hitting the market here in about a week. So check them out. I'm
Now,
stoked about that one.
If I'm correct, OKI is an allocated release that it's not going to be available just everywhere.
Well, I can
You're
tell
going
you
to have
that
your connections to get it.
the good
Am
thing
I
is
wrong?
no, you're not wrong. But the good thing is since they're watching us, they have our connections, and so check it out, and we will post where it will be. We have been actually given that capability through Smart that they're going to let us know where it's going to be.
But that's
so,
what
yeah.
I'm saying
Yeah.
is you're
So-
not just going to walk in any Schnucks or Dearborn.
No,
and be able to
not in
find-
the least.
OKI
Not in
is
the
not.
least.
OKI is not one you find anywhere.
No.
No, not in the least. So, very tasty, great pour, great pick, guys. I'm a fan, so I will definitely want a couple of these. Hint,
I do
hint
too.
there, Smart Distributor. Hint, hint.
Hint.
Throw us a couple bottles. Yeah. All right.
I don't have enough bourbon. I need more, please.
Yes, exactly.
Please and thank you.
So Ryan, are you kind of, since this is your first time actually seeing the set, is it everything you'd ever thought it would be, or everybody kind of goes, wow, there is really more whiskey than I ever thought would be here?
There's definitely more whiskey than I thought would be here.
Did you see the back room yet?
No.
So
no.
this is just
special
the outside. There's a storage room too.
Yeah, no, I believe that based on our previous conversation. I'm very impressed, especially with that barrel there in the corner.
that barrel's awesome. I'm going to say it now. Ryan made that barrel. It came from secondhand barrels.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody that's been in the basement, the moment they walk down the stairs, you look into that corner. That's what
Oh, yeah.
you see.
It grabbed my eye.
And it grabs everybody's eye the moment they walk in, whether it's open or closed.
I mean, it doesn't
stands
hurt that
out.
there's $8,000 worth of whiskey
Well,
on top
I'm
of
not
it. but I
trying. I'm
mean-
not trying. I'm not
No.
even trying to self plug. Like being humble. That they grabbed my eye. Before you brought me in, I snuck a picture. I'm like, that is awesome. Happy in the front. Yeah.
No, he did a
I
great
mean, there's
job
an Al
with it.
Young down there. I mean, the whole shoot match.
Jim's
so.
got game.
Yeah, it's not too shabby. So,
Yeah, thank you.
Speaking of got game, tonight we are going to bring you our Is It Worth It This is a pretty decent bottle. Jim, talk us through what you picked out for us tonight.
So tonight, this is one I've been after for a little bit, and I was lucky enough.
You could just throw that Jack Daniels right literally down the sink.
Now I'm going to send it to Shonda next time.
Oh,
Stacy
that's
goes to see her this
terrifying.
weekend. She's taking it with her.
Poor woman.
So Maker's Mark put together a cellar-aged bottle.
So,
It's a combination 11, 12-year
Okay.
bottles. But what's interesting, when you think cellar age, it's like, where they aging? Is it in a cellar? Because we've talked about
where you age a barrel
renting
matters.
a warehouse to age barrels, but that's just their term. Just let's say Makers aged it, but it's aged 11 to 12 years. I think it's 13% 11, 87% 12.
Market's Low Rick House.
So, yeah, and Ryan, let's talk about that for a minute. So, as the barrels age, is there a change in the actual structure? Like, can you tell that I have a 4-year? Did I have a 12-year? Did I have
This is
anything different?
interesting. You're excited now. Craig just got wood here and there.
There's a ton of variables there.
Yeah.
Cooperage, who coopered it.
Mm-hmm.
You got Kelvin, you got Speyside, you got all these different guys, Independent Stave Company here in Missouri. So it depends on the construction of the barrel. I don't want to take any credit from Independent Stave, but I think Kelvin does it the best, and they grunt that stuff, man.
Yeah, it's a really neat process. If you've never seen how a barrel gets made, it's pretty darn cool. So
Speyside's like a bunch of nerds that like press buttons and stuff, and Kelvin's like a bunch of, okay, so I'm biased, a bunch of bearded guys like,
The axes come out.
and Independent Stave is just like production.
well,
And
but there was, I mean, because there is a lot of barrels that there's people who buy them constant. There's always back orders that we see and that kind of thing. So, so cellar age though, Jim, talk us through pricing and explain what is it worth it is tonight to all of them. So Ryan can jump in here
the
with
other
us.
thing with Makers, contrary to other distilleries, correct me if I'm wrong on this, they rotate their barrels. They don't sit in the same spot in the rick house.
No, they will take and move them.
Blanton's has a honey hole that their best barrels come out of that specific rick house on that floor, etc. location. Makers, the reason it's so consistent is they rotate them all.
Yes.
There's a hell of a lot of effort that goes into that.
Yes, there is.
So, but with this one, being cellar age, 11-year, 12-year, which is normal than normal aging, retail on it's $150. Secondary pricing, depending on where you're
150
at.
on a Maker's Mark.
That just made Jeremy
I
cringe.
couldn't do it. Wow.
But $375 to $4.25 secondary. The first time I had it,
Secondary bottle of Maker's Mark whiskey at $400. Come on. Come on.
my first pour of it, only because I walked into a bar, I was sitting there having a few drinks. I'm down in Charlotte, and I'm like, what else do you have besides what we see? Because they had a really good selection. She goes, oh, you want to see the good stuff? And opens up this, and right off my eye, I ignored a couple other bottles. I go, you got a cellar age, I want to try it. And I really liked it.
Cool
All
story.
right. Craig,
Cool story.
cool story, bro. What did you think of it?
That's why I do it.
It's just not. It's not for me. Plain and simple, it's not for me. It's too hot. You guys know me. I don't like a real hot drink. And I'm not paying that much for fucking Maker's Mark. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I mean, that's my.
Yeah, I would
you
rather
could
have that
literally-
Weller for
Yeah,
that.
you could have a Weller CYPB for a couple hundred more, even at the moment now. I mean, about the same. So,
I just don't. I don't see it. I don't see how.
Okay, so at 150, is it worth it, Craig?
No, not for me.
I agree wholeheartedly. I have had, and I actually created a Maker's Mark Private Select that to me was just as good at $70 a bottle, which I still think is a little expensive.
I was gonna put 80 on it.
Yeah, so Jimmy, is it worth it to you? So Craig is a no, I'm a no. I mean, you bought it, so.
I traded for it.
Okay,
So,
well, yes. He bought it.
There's a
ladies and
caveat to
gentlemen,
come
he
into
bought
play.
it. Yes, continue.
$4.25, I think, no way.
There,
For the novelty, for having it and trying it
but
and
what's
doing
the
it.
novelty? It's not even got the cool all the way down red wax to it. What's the novelty?
The
Somebody
flavor-
signed it
the
with a
flavor-
Sharpie?
It's a higher proof. which to me stands out a little bit more. I'm a higher proof guy.
Somebody have to.
At 150, I like it.
Exactly.
At 4.25, no.
But the problem of it is, at 150, you can get 900 other bottles that taste just as good, if not better than that.
I think it's
150.
different enough though that it stands
Do
out.
you
to me.
really?
I don't think it's different. I think it tastes like the same as Maker's Mark.
It's a little bit
just
of
hot.
to me. It's a little bit of a hotter maker.
That's
It's
it.
got that. So it has that weeded taste to it. It has all of that there, but it's just a little bit bolder. But it's nothing that emboldens.
$150.
I'm big on that because they have the what is the 2020? They do the B series, blah 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 blah
Yeah,
blah.
they fill that out.
You know that one, same
Which
thing.
I haven't had.
I got a couple of those. I'll bring those over some night then. All right, Ryan, what are your thoughts?
So I agree with you on the taste profile, but I don't agree with the price. I think it's an $80 bottle. I do really like the taste of it. I like the oakiness. I like everything neat. I like everything high proof. 110.
Is that what made the
120.
beard grow?
What's that?
Is that what made the beard grow?
Gravity.
Got it,
Because look,
got it.
I mean, I don't have any hair, so it's just gravity. We're getting old, right? Let's
Happens
be
to all of
honest.
us.
But I really like that. I really like it, but I don't like it at 150 bucks.
Nope. I think that it's not anywhere near worth it. So if you have had it, let us know in the comments. Is it worth it? We don't think so for that price, but we still got one.
But I
and-
do enjoy it.
Exactly. So
As
there's
it goes
that.
back for
As it goes back for another pour.
So
So
I'm going to ask a question with this.
But I didn't pay 150 bucks. For
well, that's
Well,
fine.
I didn't either. But I'm going to throw this out. You've
Yeah.
had Jeremy's drink that we made with the Sour Mash at 80 proof. You've had it with the 115 proof with Makers.
Oh, I'd rather have it with the Makers.
It
I like
holds.
that. I like that big, bold, deep oak.
You get a lot of.
So the way I compare it and the way I talk about it with my customers is like, so I don't smoke cigarettes anymore. I used to smoke cigarettes. I vape, whatever. This is like, the higher the proof, it's like a Marlboro Red versus a Marlboro Light, right? So I like all my stuff bold, heavy.
I've never heard that analogy.
That's a different.
Am I wrong?
No, I mean, I don't know. I've never smoked a day in my life.
Well,
but
that's why you don't know.
did you
Not
did you just
cigarettes.
throw this out on the table?
Not cigarettes.
Oh, thanks, Craig. Appreciate you. What are you doing with this?
He threw out the higher proof and everything.
Well, I know Matt.
Is
wants
this
to
going to
know.
be the next one? Is it worth it?
Producer
Matt.
Matt
All
wants to
right.
open that.
We're
Just
going
to-
to get Ryan's input after the show on that one.
So what are you saying is we're going to open this?
We're going to open it tonight.
Oh, Matt, there you go, Matt. You got your wish.
I'll let you do it, Jim.
No, go ahead.
Give it to producer Matt. Let him open it.
Producer Matt, would you like a pour?
He won't come on camera for it though.
He'll come to the corner.
Matt's been craving this one. So we
All
got
right.
one of the later releases. I don't know if it's this year or the falls of the Woodford Masters Collection.
I love some Woodford Double Oak.
Yeah.
I mean,
Okay.
that's straight go-to for me.
All right. This will be next
what?
week. This will be next show's Is It Worth It? But we're just going to give you a little sneak peek on flavors. So, all right, we are talking batch proof.
And this one was bought at retail.
What was retail on this bottle?
131.
Okay.
Which is similar in line to other Masters Collects.
Yeah, because there's been a few. Not
I mean,
bad.
I paid $170 for that Jack Daniel's Sinatra.
But that was better to me than any Jack Daniels that's ever
We
been
paid
out.
170 for Jack Daniels.
Well, but I mean, still.
We would have too.
I would do it tomorrow if I could find one.
It's a Sinatra. It's a totally different than any other Jack Daniels, I think.
I agree with you on that. Okay.
Ryan got a little bit of
Yeah, that's
Oh, my.
that tickles me a little bit.
Oh, my. All right, we're going to save this one for next week, and you'll get what we think of it, and we'll tell each other after the show. But, all right, ladies and gentlemen.
Tickles me in the dickle.
And he's got jokes, too, ladies and gentlemen. He makes a lot of stuff over at Secondhand Barrel, and he's got jokes. All right. Now we make our jump over to the world of mixed martial arts that is brought to you by Yo Roy Tape, the best in athletic tape. Check it out at yoroytape.com. It's great for wrapping hands, ankles, anything, hockey sticks. We've seen that now. So, owned exclusively by Mr. Craig Nasello and his buddies down there. Great, great product. Check them out at yoroyusa.com. All right, UFC 300 is in the books. And everyone has said, who has never seen anything more than the last, 3 years of MMA fights, that it was the best fight that ever existed. Now, it delivers, but was it the best card in UFC history?
It's close.
You think so?
It's close.
Why?
There were some good fights, dude.
There were some great fights, don't get me wrong.
Justin Gaethje and
Max
Max
Holloway.
Holloway stole the whole fucking night.
The last
100%.
10 seconds, holy shit.
That fight was amazing. And then,
Timing was perfect.
Jamal Hill come out and got his ass handed to him.
Well, and
I mean, who's going to beat Pereira now other than...
it's a tough one. Okay, so here is my question on this, and why is this not the best card ever? Was there enough star power on that card when Bo Nickel, who has had 4 fights in the UFC, is your opener of the main card on pay-per-view? Was the star power there?
They're trying to build him.
Was the co-main event star power?
That's for a title, and those two girls evidently beat the hell out of each other.
It was a great fight.
They
I'm not
did.
saying that the fights weren't good.
And there's a
I don't
controversy
know
in that
either.
one too.
But well, yeah, because so in the first round, if you didn't get to see the fight, there was a submission where one of them went out, but was at the bell. And so the fight was not stopped until the bell went off, which means that the girl is not done. She wasn't. She got up, she went to her corner, they figured out what was going on, and she came back and fought. It was a hell of a fight. There was also an interesting old boxing technique in this that everyone was talking that potentially the cut man in the fight used smelling salts on her, which was not the case. So there is an old school technique.
Completely illegal.
Yeah, completely illegal. So as most of you know, Craig Cutman around the world, I do some myself. It's not, you can't use anything like that in the corner. But Rudy Hernandez has been around the game forever, and that was the Cutman inner corner. Old school boxing Cutman. And there is a technique that basically if you push down on the nostril, it will bring them back because the pain in the opening gets them to figure out what's going on. And that's what he did.
Well, it shocks the shit out of you. It hurts like hell.
Yeah, it shocks your system to no end. Everybody on camera right now is literally taking their finger and pressing down on the edge of their nose right now, just doing
Matt
it.
already did.
Wow, yeah, Matt did it while he was sitting there. So way to go, producer Matt.
Kira's still doing it.
All right, so Craig, I will give you that it's close. But do you feel that there was enough star power on the card?
No.
Okay.
No, there wasn't. No. I mean, I don't think Bo Nichols should have opened the show up. I think it should have been Holly Holm and Kayla Harrison should open the show up.
Absolutely.
Or Jim Miller.
I think Jim Miller should have got the main.
Jim Miller deserved to be on the main card.
Because then they could have introduced him as Jim fucking Miller.
But here's the thing.
And
Let's
then
go
they
back
couldn't.
a couple of shows of ours ago when we first started putting together and seeing who was on 300.
Mm-hmm.
We're like, honestly, what the hell is this show?
Yeah.
This is 300. It does not compare to 200, 100.
Nope, there is.
The outcome of it was
They could have brought
freaking
Brock
incredible.
Lesnar back to fight a monkey, and it would have been something better than the perceived card that was
Yes.
there. They could have.
The fights, though, I can't take away anything from the
I
fights.
will
will say.
100% agree with you
But
on that.
yeah, you're right. There wasn't the go-to star power.
So I'm going to ask you a question. This is my got you
Oh boy,
for this group.
hit me.
Holloway and Gaethje.
Yes.
If Holloway had not said, let's get our ass in the middle of the ring, cage, octagon, for that last 10 seconds, would that fight have been as exciting as it was? Or would people have said Holloway beat the crap out of him the whole fight?
No, I think it was exciting no matter what.
It was
Absolutely.
a good fight all.
But
it
that
wasn't
was
exciting the whole way, though.
But that was the let's play for the $300,000 bonus. So there were $300,000 bonuses given to Max Holloway. Actually got $600,000 because he got fight of the night and knockout of the night. Gaethje got $300,000 out of it. A couple other people they said they got taken care of on it too. So the other big thing that came out of UFC 300 though was the massive weight cut of Kayla Harrison to jump into the UFC at 135 pounds.
Are we talking a weight cut or what she put back on after making
Well,
weight?
The weight cut itself is incredible. So Kayla fought at 171 pounds in judo. And it's a tough weight class in judo. Then 155 pounds in
140, 55,
55 in
55 in
Invicta?
PFL. Or
No,
Invicta.
Invicta.
45 and 55 in PFL,
Okay.
and 45 in Invicta.
Okay. So she was able, though, after that fight, to weigh in at 136 pounds, I think is what she did, or 35.8.
She weighed 136.
Yeah. So she weighed in at 136. By fight time, she said she weighed
160. She put on 24 pounds in less than 30 hours.
Wow.
So
That's a guy's weight that you jump up when you drop down 2
Well-
weight classes to fight. That's not a female doing that.
It's like me at
she
Buffalo
didn't
Wild
look-
Wings.
That's like me in the morning, waking up, and then coming and say, "Morning, hon."
oh no, no. Wow. So Craig, you have worked with Kayla on a couple of different times. She is all muscle anyway, so this had to be just an insane cut, and probably felt like absolute just shit after the fight of
She
going
didn't
up
look
that
like
much.
shit though. She
No,
performed well.
she
Dude,
performed well.
She performed like there was nothing to it.
She's a big girl. That's a big girl, and she's super sweet. Couldn't ask for a nicer person, but man, she is a fucking.
She's a monster.
Fuck yeah, she's big. She's a big girl.
And then women are animals, man.
Oh, complete and total. So
Animals.
the next big one though was
My
the
wife included. You know, the wrong side of a wife.
Oh, that's no
God.
joke.
already in
Anyway,
trouble with mine,
moving
and he's
on to
bringing
the
more
world
shit
of
up.
boxing, though. Devin Haney, Ryan Garcia went down this past weekend. Ryan Garcia may be the best shyster in the business now. Reason being, so Garcia was seen drinking on the scale, missed weight by 3.2 pounds, gave up $1.5 million because of the weight. It was $500,000 a pound.
Agreed upon up front.
Agreed upon up front.
He didn't care.
Yeah, did not care. Proceeded to just absolutely demolish Haney in that fight. Jim, do you agree?
They both had their moments, but Haney or Ryan
Garcia?
was had more opportunities and they're with it.
I've heard people, oh, he missed weight to do that on purpose. That's the only reason he won is because he missed weight. It's still
3 pounds is not enough
Yeah.
to change the.
Yeah, it's not like it's 20 or
Going
30
into a fight.
pounds.
Yeah.
Not only that, but he stepped on the scale in his clothes, like wearing pants, with a beer in his hand, and drank it while he weighed in.
That's 1.5 pounds right there.
It,
Yeah.
absolutely,
It really is.
absolutely.
So
Oh, yeah.
he's within less than 2 pounds that he could have cut and made weight if he wanted.
100%. So,
Intentional.
which leads me to my gotcha question, and actually, Ryan, it goes to that, of the intentional actions. So Garcia everybody was talking, is he on drugs? Is he mentally ill? Is he this? Is he that? What that did was that changed the betting line on the fight. And I don't know if you've all heard this. So it changed the betting line on the fight to the point that he was a plus 600 in this fight.
What was he before? I don't remember.
It was damn near even. When all of this started, the line jumped. If you don't know about betting, go look it up. It's the best way I can. It's hard to explain how lines work, especially in fighting.
But even the plus 600 is a huge difference.
It makes him a huge underdog. So what does he do? He bets $2 million on himself to win. And he won, which gave him an additional $12 million payday. So, my question to all of you, should that be legal?
No, fuck no.
You
Should
should
be
never
legal.
be allowed to bet on. You should never be allowed to bet on any event that you're participating in.
No. Undoubtedly.
Because if you're
no.
not betting on it, that tells me as a bettor, you don't think you're going to win, so I'm going against you.
Okay.
If you are betting on it, guess what? Your balls are big enough to back up to $2 million. My 100K is going
Intentional.
Exactly. Does it become intentional?
It was
on
intentional.
you. It was 100% intentional.
Well, the man made $12 million doing it. So,
I didn't watch the fight. Just from discussion. Intentional.
No fighter should be able to bet on themselves because they could throw the fucking fight.
Yeah.
well,
I mean-
and then you end up into the issues with,
Yep.
a certain
Everything
person
else.
up in Kansas City that has never been proved. Not saying anything about it. I don't think he did it. I don't think he did it up there.
do.
I don't. Nope. he didn't do it. Anyway, all right, ladies and gentlemen, Ryan, thank you again so much for joining us here on the MMA Bourbon Appreciation Society.
Our pleasure.
Again, talk them through just kind of where they can find all the information, how they can order pieces, where they can see your work, all of that, and also, of course, we're going to throw some up on all of our socials for you. So
Yeah.
tell us through it.
Thank you. So, best place to find us is on Facebook. We have a beautiful website, secondhandbarrelco.com. Check us out on Facebook. That's where you get the most relative content. Facebook.com/secondhandbarrels. We're also on Instagram, Secondhand Barrel Co. and TikTok, Secondhand Barrel Co. Check us out. We do a lot of cool stuff. We're always trying to, just take it to the next level, like this piece here, the 3D piece. We're throwing 3D engravements on top of barrels, and we're staying ahead of the game.
Very crazy. We love it. Thank you very much for joining us tonight. And of course, it's been a great episode. So from all of us here, we'll see you next time right here on the MMA Bourbon Appreciation Society.
Cheers, everybody.
Bye.